Funding for this program is provided in part by the New York State Education Department.
Every life lost to suicide leaves behind unanswered questions and deep emotional wounds that ripple through families, friends, and entire communities. In New York State alone, thousands are affected each year. Yet within the darkness of loss, there are stories of healing and resilience. This is Rachael's journey, a reflection on love, loss, and finding strength in the face of unimaginable grief. Through her experiences, we explore the power of resilience and the importance of cultivating hope, connection, and support for those who need it most.
There are a lot of myths about suicide in our community and in our nation.
I think the biggest is that mental illness is a sign of weakness.
Suicide and suicidality are profound public health challenges.
My name is Rachael Ingram. I am from Newark Valley, New York, and I am a suicide loss survivor.
Rachael knows the tragedy of suicide all too well. The complex grief, the trauma, the overwhelming waves of emotion, the relentless questions, and the haunting burden of hindsight. Rachael has lost 5 loved ones to suicide.
In 2019, I lost my partner of 7 years and the father to my child, Greg. 6 months before that, I had lost my cousin. A year before that, I lost a close friend and 2 others in the few years before that. Greg was from Montrose. He was a gamer type of guy. He loved to play video games with his friends and spend time with me and my girls.
In New York State, 1,765 lives were lost to suicide in 2022. Research suggests that these losses deeply affected over 238,000 people. Despite having the second lowest suicide rate in the nation, the impact is profound. Rachael reflects on her journey toward healing and shares the insights she's gained along the way, what is often called post-traumatic growth.
Open communication and honest communication is crucial for mental health. That when you hide your struggles, it could be really detrimental, and that talking about them could be a crucial step into healing. And that also that no one is immune. Mental health and suicide affects everyone, no matter your background, your age, or circumstances.
Suicide's complex, right? So the risk of suicide, dying by suicide, actually our numbers, the data shows that middle-aged folks, 45 to 54, is the highest rate of suicide in our county. And youth are much lower than that on the scale. Youth and young people can be at higher risk for attempts. So there's where that complexity comes in. Suicide is not linear. It's not an if this, then that. There's so many different components that come together.
Greg was 27. A year before his passing, we had lost his little brother, and that really took a toll on him. And unfortunately, he felt that he wasn't able to seek any help. I feel like there's a big stigma upon men and mental health, and he felt he had to be strong for his family and that it would show weakness in him if he needed a shoulder to lean on. And over the following year, things really spiraled for him, and he became more inward until he was just a shell of himself.
One of Rachael's friends identified as LGBTQ+, but felt they had to hide it.
I think that brought a lot of shame that they feel like couldn't come out. They felt they would have been outcasted. I think that had a big part of how they were feeling towards the end.
What are their moods? Have their emotions gone up and down? Are they doing risk-taking behaviors, different type of actions than normal? Has there been a change in their hygiene or their dress? Have there been things going on in their life that are challenging? Have there been any losses? What we need to look at is how do we mitigate some of those risk factors to be able to support someone? And when we look at it, there's so much as part of it that when we talk about prevention, we need to really look at how do we break this apart to be able to help folks in a myriad of different ways as well. And each culture community has different ways of needing prevention or intervention.
What helped Rachael navigate the pain of losing 5 loved ones to suicide? And what continues to give her the strength to move forward?
My 2 girls are everything to me. They're definitely what gets me up every morning. And working with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention has become a big part of my life over the last couple years. Being a part of the Out of the Darkness Suicide Walk helps me and my girls cope and deal with the loss that we've experienced. Bringing awareness and resources to the community helps me feel like I have a purpose. I found help through a counselor, and they've helped me navigate the loss and grief and everything that has gone with that.
Building healthy, resilient communities, families, and individuals can lead to a ripple effect of hope, healing, and support. For 24/7 crisis or emotional support, call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.